Now here in the center we have our arrange window, and we can arrange our files, better known as regions. So, and here we have our tracks. These are track headers. Here's a track header, here's another track header, and the name appears right there, along with the icon for that particular track. Now, next to the track, we'll see the region. These are called tracks or lanes. These are lanes, we'll say, for example, and this is the length of the song from here to here, we'll say. And as you can see, it's selected out here. And this is the region that plays within this area right here in this lane. I can go here to guitar, rev, and here's another. But there are two regions in this lane here, or track. Now, we have audio and we have MIDI files here. So I'm going to click on bass here, which is 14, and here we have a MIDI region. And there are 3 MIDI regions within this track. Now we can mute and we can solo a track as well. Now to play back the track, I'll hit spacebar, and you see this white line right here as it moves from left to right. It starts to play the track, and you hear the music come out. Now here we can see a list of tracks, and these are up to 40 different tracks here in this window. Now as before I showed you, we can actually go here to track, we can select a new track, and it's all done right here within this area of my window. Now here I can also go ahead and pull this out if I want to see it longer. So if I want to see the entire, well, it's better. I get a better view, a much wider view. I can go to here also, move my cursor here, and pull out and get a view of other parts. Like for example, here you'll notice this bin, loops, library, and browser. Now that signifies the media. This is the media action. So I can see here, click on this, it's closing. So we can open it 2 ways. I can drag it, I can go here and click on the option for media and open up this area and view the media that's on my hard drive or that are in the session so I can see what I want to use for my recording. I can also go here and go to a list. I got a list of current events. And for example, these are a list of the events within this bass part right here. Then here also, I can take notes. I can write notes right there and say, well, I put some notes down here. I'll put some notes about what this whole thing is about and put my notes right there within the session. And to close it, I'll click it again, and that side is closed. Now here on the left-hand side of our range window, we have our track information, our region information. Now, for example, I'll go back to guitar here, and we'll notice here, this first section, we have information about the region here on top. There's information about the region. So it's guitar wow. This is the region right here, guitar wow. And it has information when it's being looped, the delay, the gain, the fade in, the curve, fade out. You can see right there, follows tempo. So this is information pertaining to the region. Let's close that up. And below it here, we have Chuck Wah. And this is information about the track. Okay? And so you can see it says core audio. Audio 3. We have the MIDI channel. We have the freeze mode, pre-fader, cue reference, and the flex mode. Now we'll explain more of this as we go along. I just want to give you an overview so you understand, what you're looking at when you talk about something in the arrange window. Now here below that we have track information. Notice here too as well that if I click somewhere else here, you'll see 2 different areas. Now here you'll see this says trombone. This is a bus here to this group. If I go back to guitar, we'll see the delay that's set up for the guitar. I can go here to bass. We'll see the stereo out. So here we have the stereo out. This is the output of this bass. This bass is sending its output to stereo out. This is my master output right here. Now I can go here to bass. I can solo it, and I'll press the space bar for play. You can also press the space bar for stop as well. Now here you see we have chain EQ, and this is the bass, name of the sound, and the output's going to stereo output, which is right here. So it's sending this audio to this track right here. It's my master output track. I can control the level right here. raise the level up. Now here also, I can control the panning of this sound. See, if I just grab my cursor right there, I can control the panning. And this gives me the level of that sound on this track. So I'll raise this up as I'm approaching 0 dB there. See it? Now I'll press stop again. Now right below that, right here, you'll have the transport section. I can go to the very top. Here I can press play. We can press stop. We can fast forward. We can rewind. As you can see right here, pause and record. Now below this region area right here, you'll see, for example, I can go to the mixer, which will give me all the tracks in a mixer view. So it's a great way to see a view of all the tracks I have selected here, and we can see what tracks are selected and which one is currently selected here. As you can see, it's sort of boxed out here in this green outline and all the way to the end. As you can see right here, we have our unit and we have our crash. We also have the horns and delay, which are in yellow. See that? So this gives a great view of what's going on within the tracks, and we can see where everything's at. Now next we have our sample editor. Now for example, I can click on this again and we're back to my main view. I can go here to guitar. I can click on guitar and the sample editor opens up right there. So I can edit this sample of the guitar right here. I can say, I want to change that guitar. I want to hear it back from here. I'll say, well, let's hear it back. And then I'll press play here. And now we'll hear it back from this point. And we're going to go up from here. We're going to hear it back from the top of this track. And what we're doing now, we're going to hear back the guitar with the bass here. So we're going to go here. And you hear the guitar blending in with the track right here totally. Just chopping up into the track. And you hear the guy playing the guitar. And we can edit this actually right here within this sample editor. I can click on this again and it's gone. Now if I go back to the bass, let's turn this off and I'm going to go to the bass again right here. And I can double click on this. Now the piano roll. This is the bass and the bass line. And we can see, as I scroll down here, you can see what notes are being played. I can also play along here. See? And these are notes being played. I can move these notes around, of course, obviously. Well, this is my piano roll, and I can edit within this piano roll. I can grab a note. I can stretch it out, move the notes over. I can undo that also as well. Undo, and it's back to where it was. So I'm just changing. So they were all selected at that point, and I can also select just one note at a time. And that's my piano roll editor. This is a great way to edit my MIDI information. Let's get out of that one next. Now, we don't see the score, for example. Here we can say if you want to have a musical score and you're doing something where you may need something for a band to hear, or you got a gospel group, you want to make sure the parts are right. Well, we can also print this score out as well. And then we also have a hyper editor, for example. But right here, for example, I can pull this up. I can edit more MIDI information right here in hyper editor, as you can see. I can edit the volume, the panning, the modulation, pitch bend, of course the channel pressure, also the poly pressure, as you can see right here, and all velocities. So this is a much more finite way to edit our MIDI data as well also. So within this window, we're going to work out all of our problems and try to fix stuff in our session, and also try to make sure that we can make the entire session sound great using the arrange window. As you can see, it's pretty easy to get around. And here, of course, is our inspector. I want to talk about this as well right here. We can show and hide the inspector. Now, this is the inspector right here. Now, I'll click on this right here. Before I dragged it out, now it's gone. So I can drag it out this way also as well, and just grab here, drag it this way, and it's out. I can go this way here and hit the inspector, and I'm back in again. So there are two ways to pull this inspector out on this side and my media bin, loops, library, and browser on that side of my arrange window. And it's that easy.